I used to have one of those miter saw stands that was extendable on both sides so I could rest a long piece of wood across the whole thing, cut it in half, and not have it fall down off the sides. But it took up a ton of space in my workshop, so I decided that it was time to get rid of it, and I sold it a few months back, and ever since then I have regretted that decision, except for the fact that I really had nowhere I could have put it. The longer I've done woodworking, the more tools I've collected, and my shop seems to get smaller and smaller every day. Sure, this wood isn't pretty, I'm aware, but this is shop furniture, and I'm not going to waste my money buying materials to make shop furniture because for me, it's all about the function, baby. So I decided it was time to make this space-saving miter saw stand with flip-out wings. And if I continue trying to catch the boards falling off the side of my miter saw, that could result in a shop accident and in turn result in me spending less time out in my shop and doing what I love, making videos for you. And if you love them, hit that like and subscribe, it really helps. Once I had all of my pieces cut to size, I could start measuring out where I was going to put all of the shelves on my miter saw stand. I pre-drilled all of my holes on one of the sides of the miter saw stand, and then I could lay that side on top of the other side of the miter saw stand and drill through those holes I had just pre-drilled. That way I knew that the two sides were going to line up exactly the same as one another. To make sure that this top shelf sat down to the appropriate height, I cut out the strip of plywood that you can see right there that I am clamping down to lay this all out. This just gives me a straight line that I can rest my sheet of plywood up against and make sure that I'm screwing it in the right spot. Once I did one side, I can flip this over and do the other side. This way you don't need a tape measure. Is it a tape measurer or a tape measure? This way you don't need a tape measure. This way you don't need a tape measure. Let me know in the comments. Now that I had that top shelf screwed on, then I could just move on to screwing on the bottom. Because I had all these holes pre-drilled, this was nice and easy to line up and make sure I screwed it in the right spot. After that was done, I just brought over the miter saw to check and make sure I had it all lined up right.
We will return after these messages.
I've decided to do these shirts as a limited run. If you're interested in getting one, get it within the next 30 days because after that, this website will disappear. I don't make enough money off of these shirts to keep hosting this website. But if you don't have the money now, don't worry because I'll probably do another limited design in the next 6 months or so. Alright, I cut some strips out of plywood and then I glued and nailed them in. As you can see, this just helps stabilize everything so that it's less likely to like buckle or pivot or whatever. And right there I'm just cutting out my cabinet doors, but we'll get back to them in a minute because right now we're working on the wings. I clamped the straight board right down to this piece of plywood. Then I could use this 3/4 inch bit on my router to just remove all that material. As you can see right there, I made multiple passes removing a little bit at a time until I could rest this T-track down into that groove. I just used some short little screws to secure that into place, and then this T-track that I got off of Amazon just comes with this little T-track bolt that you can slide right into there, and then you can put that other thing down on there, screw it down tight, and it'll help me get positive stops on one of my wings so I can make multiple cuts that all match. Alright, these are just some hinges I had laying around, and I know it looks like I'm attaching them in the wrong spot on this piece of plywood, but you'll understand why in a minute. There we go, I'm attaching it to the other side of the cabinet, and as you can see right there, when you flip it up, it gives that extra 3/4 of an inch on the top. and helps everything line up nice and flat. Now, this is something that I haven't seen done. I'm sure it's been done, but I was really excited about this idea when it popped into my head. And all it is 2 French cleats. So as you can see right there, that's a French cleat that I'm going to be gluing and nailing into that spot right there. And once I had that one glued in and nailed in, I did another one on the bottom of the wing, as you can see right there. Then I cut that board to fit right into that spot, and when I open it up, it just slides right in like so. And I have a nice secure work surface for all of my boards to slide on. Alright, I'm attaching a little shelf right there. I was going to build a drawer to go right there, but the day after I put that shelf on, I went over to my friend Joel's house because he had a bunch of stuff he wanted to give me, and he gave me some old drawers that he had, and one of them just happened to fit perfectly. So I just used the one I had. Alright, the way these hinges work is you just use a Forstner bit to drill a hole in the back of your drawers, and then the other side of the hinge has to connect to a 3/4 inch frame around your cabinet. And I just happen to have these hinges, so I just made the frame out of some junk I had laying around. I would have preferred to just use some hinges that didn't require the frame, but that's what I had, so that's what I did. Alright, how do you guys heat your shops in the winter? This has been a rough one here in the Northeast. I have a combination of a propane heater and a kerosene heater. I use the propane heater to just warm it up in here, and then the kerosene heater continues running while I'm working. But if you guys have any better suggestions, throw them down in the comments because it is freezing here. Alright, time to just screw some casters onto the bottom. If you watch my channel, you know typically I get my casters off the side of the road, but I had decided to buy these ones. I figured I spent basically no money on any of this build. I could probably afford to buy a set of casters, and these ones lock. So I grabbed those, screwed them onto the bottom, and there you go. Just like that, this ugly monstrosity of a miter stand is complete. I could paint it and try to make it look a little better, but honestly, I really don't care, and I'd really like to move on with my life. If you enjoyed this video, you'd probably enjoy this one, or is it over here? One of these spots. Anyway, later.
Bye, see you again, and have a good dream.